welcome back to the With Love Gemma podcast. I'm hoping this works, guys. This is episode 9, and I've been trying for the last not 9, 10, 11, I don't know how many weeks to try to get not format, but get a way to edit my podcast so I can have intro music and have it just be a little bit more interesting. I am so not tech savvy. It has been a nightmare. But welcome if you are new. Welcome back if you have been here before. Yes, my name is Gemma. I am your host. Today is episode 9. Guys, I cannot believe we're already on episode 9. I am kind of amazed because I don't know. Sometimes it's hard for me to be consistent, but I'm glad I'm being consistent with this because it's been so fun. So tonight, this week, I mentioned it in last week's podcast. I wanted to talk about raising children and a book that I've been reading that is amazing. Huge shout out to this book and its author. I'm going to be talking about the Summa Domestica, written by Leila Marie Loyler. I think it's Loyler, but the Summa Domestica, what does that mean? It is Latin for a compendium of domestic things, technically. So, just everything domestic, home life. It's a beautiful book. Let me get my notes out here. Okay, perfect. Yeah, compendium of domestic things. It's got 3 books, and guys, girls, ladies, for those who are okay, whenever you reach a new stage in life and you are just begging for someone to hand you a instruction manual, this is my instruction manual, especially for running a home, raising kids, trying to be a wife, trying to keep a home. She's got everything. It is amazing. And yeah, so when I brought up toddlers' behavior discipline last week, I was like, you know what? I need to get the Summa out, Summa Domestica. And lo and behold, she had a huge, not chapter, but several chapters on how to discipline. What she uses, what her and her husband have been using, and how it's gone, and just some great points. I haven't finished it because there's so much. I'm halfway through. It's amazing. I love it. And I just wanted to talk about 3 points today. 3. So, to dive into it, I really feel like discipline as it's kind of taboo. I feel like people don't want to talk about it because they don't want to feel judged or they don't want to make someone else upset. But I, as a new mom, I love talking about it with mothers I trust. I love hearing what they have to say. Just, it's something that I do enjoy talking about because I do not take raising my children lightly. I am raising saints for God and for heaven, and I want to be able to say I did my best, not in a fearful, kind of controlling way, but in I was aware and I was trying. Because I do feel like some parents don't try, and yeah, I don't take it lightly. I really that's that. So the 3 points that I wanted to talk about that I found in the book that are amazing and that I think I'm taking so much away and I wanted to share it with you. First of all, if I am saying anything, please get this book for yourself. It's amazing. It was a wedding gift to me from a friend and I love it. I really do. Point 1 that she made, first and foremost, act, don't react. Amazing advice because I struggle so much with this. So much. I immediately, when my child does something, I gasp and blow it out of proportion. I have a huge long narrative, and then I turn around and I'm like, no, that 2-year old did not understand one word of that narrative. It was just too wordy. It was too emotional. And what I've realized is like when we respond with those huge responses, we're teaching them to respond with huge responses. And yes, there are situations that call for that, but there are so many in our day that don't call for that. And I don't know if you agree with me, but I think we all struggle in today's age in our society to have a rational reaction that almost immediately leads to us acting in a mature, very leadership way. And that's what parents need to do. We need to show our children how to just, if something's wrong, let's fix it. Let's problem solve. Let's not have huge emotions unless there needs to be. And like perfect example would be like when my toddler spills something instead of a huge gasp and oh you shouldn't have done that. I do this, I'm very guilty of this, to just grab a towel and say, "Oh, that's okay, accidents happen." Then they know when it happens, it like it's an accident, let's grab a towel. It doesn't have to be a huge long drawn out something that didn't need to happen. So that is something she says, act, don't react. And I think it was beautiful. Something that I needed to hear, especially in my beginner days of parenting, so that I don't have that bad habit of constantly reacting. And yeah, I am repeating myself over and over again. So I'm just gonna go into the second point. She had this chapter, it was beautiful, really resonated with me because I see it lacking in today's society. Self control. The family is where like so much development takes place, right? I don't think parents understand like if you don't teach your kids what to do, it is very rare that they will find a better place to learn that lesson in this world. Granted, there are people out there that can be great mentors, but you first and foremost are their mentor. And self-control is so lacking in today's world, and it is such an important virtue, and it will lead your child. She mentions in the book, it will make a child more grow into a healthier person, a more successful person, a more wealthier person, a person who can keep relationships because she brought it up. Great point. Do we want to be around people who have no self control? No. They're very unpleasant. We don't really want to be around them, and you don't want to raise a person like that. So I thought that was a great point. Um, yeah, they're more likely to grow in virtue if they can have the self control to eat well, to control their emotions, to go to bed on time, to do the hard thing, to do the next chore, to know when to do chores, to just have that common sense and that self integrity and that self control. It's beautiful. And that is something people need to do. And it doesn't really happen. I have family and it doesn't happen. And I'm like, okay, you're going to have a hard life if you don't know how to just get up off the couch and do the next right thing. Life is going to be miserable if you're just either chasing after the next comfort or chasing after the next thing of entertainment. It's going to be hard. Life is hard. You got to get a helmet and you got to do the next thing. And yeah, I think teaching self control at the age that I have my kids, it's hard but I can see if I put in the work and all the effort in now, it'll make it easier in the long run. I've heard that from so many parents. If you don't do it early, you will be working so much harder. It will almost not even, it's less guaranteed as they grow older. Obviously, there's kids are different. Everyone has um, different walks of life, and children have free will. I will say that too. I get it. But I feel like the overall statement I've heard from parents is just do it when they're young. Do it when they're young, and it will make it so much easier. So, self control. And to end with that point, is again, we're the mentors. We need to be an example of what we want our children to be, because they're either going to turn out a lot like you or decide to turn out a lot not like you. And it's very important to try to be who you want your children to be. Um, Third and final point for this episode, consistency. I hear this so much, and it's such a wonderful point. Like, I will be the first to admit I'm really terrible at these days. My husband's been gone during weekdays. I get so tired at the end of the day. My consistency and discipline and parenting, it really wavers. I am so tired. I'm sleep deprived. I'm like, I let things go, and I know it's not good. It's not good for me. It's not good for them. They need to know that they can rely on mom to be consistent in areas that needs consistency, right? Especially in the discipline, like when they're acting out, if you let it slide one time and then don't let it slide another, it just creates confusion and I think more meltdowns, honestly. Um, but just consistency, again, it's kind of where self-control comes in too. Just they need they need that pillar. They need that conscience. Like children, they don't have a conscience formed yet. And you are the person trying to help them form that in a beautiful spiritual way. And so, yeah, again, I don't take it very like lightly. I am very like, okay, when parents don't teach their children what to do, I get a little irritated because I'm like, you are their parent. That is your job. Um, at least to say it, at least to teach them, at least to guide them. Again, whether or not the children decides in the future to make that decision, that's on them. But these formative years are so important, and I just want to be consistent. And maybe I'm telling you guys this kind of like I feel like I'm talking to an accountability partner. These are all things that I'm really working on as a beginner mom. And again, this is from what I call my instruction manual, the Summa Domestica. I love this book. I've not read them all yet, but I've read bits and pieces of every single one of them. The one that has it's volume one is home culture, and then there's two and three. And I thought we could, I'll probably have other episodes about this of the Summa Domestica and just, yeah, books that I'm finding that are helping, and I'll give honest reviews about them. We'll chit chat about them. I loved this week, guys, and I'm at 15 minutes, so not too bad. Didn't rant too long. I feel like I got to my points. But God bless. I'll see you next week on the podcast. And as always, with love, Gemma.